You can't cancel what you can't control, and they couldn't control Jesus. In verse 10, Jesus goes to the festival, but in secret, not because he's scared, but because he's being strategic. The crowd is buzzing. Where is he? Is he good? Is he a fraud? And when Jesus finally stands up and speaks, he flips everything. Truth doesn't need credentials to be true. Verse 15 says, the Jews there were amazed and asked, how did this man get such learning without having been taught? They judged his authority by his resume. But Jesus makes it clear in verse 16 when he says, my teaching is not my own. It comes from the one who sent me. God doesn't need your degree to deliver his word. Authorities from heaven always shakes up the systems of man. Religious people will judge what they don't understand. Verse 19, Jesus says, has not Moses given you the law? Yet not one of you keeps the law. Why are you trying to kill me? And then they respond by saying, you're demon-possessed. They thought they were protecting the law, but they were plotting murder. And Jesus called out their hypocrisy when he said, you're mad that I healed a man on the Sabbath? Religious rage is often pride in disguise. You can be biblical on paper and still be blind in spirit. And don't judge by appearance. Judge by truth. Verse 24, Jesus says, stop judging by mere appearances, but instead judge correctly. The crowd couldn't reconcile with who Jesus was because he didn't fit their box. They assumed that because they knew where he was from, he couldn't be the Messiah. If only they didn't ignore Micah 5:2. If you're looking for a Savior who fits your expectations, you'll miss the one who exceeds them. God's timing is untouchable. Verse 30 says, at this they tried to seize him, but no one laid a hand on him because his hour had not yet come. They tried to seize him, but heaven's calendar said, not yet. Jesus was unstoppable, not because he hid, but because he walked in divine purpose. When you're on God's clock, no threat can stop you. The crowd was divided. Some believed, some wanted him dead, but Jesus didn't shrink back. He spoke the truth anyway. Don't let the confusion around you silence the conviction within you. Jesus didn't wait for applause. He moved with authority. So don't just blend in. Stand, speak, shine for the one who sent you. Truth doesn't need approval. It needs a voice. So be the voice. Armor up, be the light, and God bless.